Okay, I wanted to try to show a video of working with one that does not really like her feet handled. She is okay. She'll pick them up, but we had to figure her out the other day and she just lost her mind. There was too much outside stimulus. She wouldn't even let him get near her. So obviously it was clear I needed to do more work with her on that. So I just wanted to kind of show what I would do with one, and this is going to be something we need to do tons of sessions of. It's not a one fix kind of thing. So, and to clarify, this horse is new to me. I've only had her for a few weeks, and for one of those weeks, she was at the vet getting bred. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't know if you can see. So we do a lot of quiet work with her. She gets a little bit excited because she wants to do the right thing, and she gets really worked up if you start asking her for too much. So first thing I want to do is to clarify, I guess. I've already done this with her, but I'll show you. The very first thing I will do with a horse that I'm going to be working with for safety is use my stick. And it's a rigid stick. You can use anything though. You can use a riding crop, a lunge whip, anything. And I will touch her all over, but make sure you touch her legs. And I'm rubbing her legs all over pretty firmly. And if she was to start picking up her feet, I would just keep rubbing her foot until she put it down and stopped moving it. I'm going to do this with all her feet. And the nice thing about this is it gives us a chance to touch her with something that isn't us. So if she was to kick out or strike out, there's a little bit of distance between us and her. I'd much rather find out that she's a kicker and have her kick my stick than my hand or my head. Again, just touch her all over with the stick. And then because she's so quiet, I actually didn't do this with her. But if she would have been one that was really like leery of me touching her legs and kicking at her or anything, I would go. Well, I did do this part with her. So this has a string on it. I will flick it and wrap it around her back legs. I don't know if you can see that in the video. The first time I did this with her, she did not like it. But I just keep doing it until they just stand like this. And as soon as they stand like this, I release the pressure and we walk around. And I also do the same with her front legs if I can. And try to just get them wrapped around. So she feels that tension around there. And it's something horses typically don't like. Makes them feel like they're trapped or something's caught on their legs. So that's a good thing to do no matter what. It's a good trait for them to have to not be afraid of things around their feet. Next, I would take the rope. You can see it. I have it around her leg, and I would just walk it down and stop it just under her fetlock, and I would apply a little bit of pressure, just a little bit. I'm not yanking on her or anything, and it's just steady pressure. You can kind of go back and forth, a little seesaw motion. And I just want her to give. There. That's all I want. Again. Good. This is actually an exercise you can go really far with if you want, and it's called lead by the foot. It's probably got other names too, but you can actually get to the point where I could lead her all the way around this arena with just this, around her foot like that. And you should be able to get to the point where you could do that with all 4 feet, including her back feet. We're not going to work on that today because it's not really necessary for what I'm trying to accomplish. But it is something that is good for a horse to know. And it's fun to do, especially with your finished horses, just to kind of really make sure they're broke and really make sure that they push or follow off pressure. The roof's leaking behind me, so I'm looking at that kind of funny. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I do with that. You can also I'll sometimes use my lead rope to do it. Especially if you have a long enough one, you can use the lead rope, same thing, walk it down. and then you can either do below the knee or below the fetlock, depending on how your horse is responding to the pressure. She's handling it fine. And that just gives a, kind of a different angle again, something to do if she was to kick out or what have you. All right, so go back here. You can see, doesn't like that it's raining from the ceiling. Girl. So now what I'm going to do with her, especially because I know her issue, well, I don't know her issue, but her problem isn't so much picking up her feet. She will pick up her feet. The problem is she gets scared. She starts to get overworked. She thinks she's going to get in trouble. She thinks you're going to whack on her. And so I'm going to do a lot of just like quiet work with her. If she was one where the issue was actually picking up her foot, I would probably do more of that. I would actually be picking up her feet. I am going to still be picking up her feet, but I'm going to do a lot of just touching her legs and watching how she's reacting to it and just petting them all over. And honestly, at this point, I don't really want her to pick up her foot at all. I just want her to stand here and endure this. And some people might say like that's counterproductive because all I'm doing is teaching her not to pick up her feet, which is true. But that's because at this point she is too reactive. So I want her to learn not to pick up her foot. This mare is going to be easier to teach to pick up her foot after she's learned to stop being reactive than it would be just to like allow her to continue being reactive, but keep picking up her foot, in my opinion. So, and I'm just petting her all over. Good. And when she's good like that, I get up and walking away is her retreat. She can kind of think about it. And it is really important to walk because sometimes what will happen is they'll get kind of in this like, I don't know, like this daze when you're doing stuff like this. And by walking, you kind of break them out of that. And so sometimes you'll notice like she'll do great. She'll let me touch her all over, and then I'll take her, walk the circle, come back, and it's like starting all over again. And that's good. You want to find that. You want to get through that. It doesn't do any good if, she only lets the farrier do her feet once he's touching her. We want her to learn to just be okay with it. So again, I'm going to do the same thing with this foot. Just petting her all over. And it's fine that she's picking up her feet. She's just trying to figure out what I want. Right now what I want is I just want her to stand still. And this is really good. If you can't touch your horse's legs like this, what do you expect to happen if they ever got hurt or the vet had to come out, And horses are naturally extremely protective of their legs because their legs are their lives. In the wild, if anything happens to their legs, they're going to get eaten by a bear, cougar, whatever. They can't survive without their legs. And so especially like Mustangs are notorious. They're a little bit more difficult with their legs initially until you gain their trust. And then so for the back, I like to just be a little cautious. You can see yourself. I like to keep my butt towards the horse. And that's in case she was to kick out at me. Your butt can take a kick a little better than your front. So I'm going to just try to do the same thing with her back leg. And you notice I don't have her tied. I don't have her tied for a reason. I want her to be able to move her feet. I want her to find out the right answers to not move her feet. I do a lot of things with my young horses loose because I want them to figure out the right answer. I don't want her to be like, well, I guess I can't move, And I'm watching her. I'm not going down her leg yet because she's telling me she's not ready. And yeah, there's also the stimulus. There's some kids and some cars, but until she's relaxed, we're not going further. Good girl. And if she was really, really nervous about this, I probably would go a little slower. Like I would touch this part of her leg, and once she accepted it, I would walk her and then come back. Good girl. And she also just got bred by the vet. She doesn't really like people back here anymore. Poor thing. So once I can kind of feel comfortable and safe back here, I'm gonna turn my butt towards her, keep my head kind of out of its face, head her down, girl. Okay. I'm just gonna keep at it. She's got some stuff on her foot she doesn't like me touching. Good girl. I'm just gonna keep at it. Good girl. You know, and if she starts getting really worked up, like it just becomes too much, it's okay to take a break. We'll walk around, let her kind of get her mind right. I don't think she's there yet. She's just nervous. She doesn't really feel super comfortable in there. So. Good. So see, once she didn't move her foot, nice breath, relax. I just want her to realize that I can touch her legs and it's okay. We're not asking for anything except for just to relax. You know, and I can't emphasize that enough. Once she figured it out, that's what I wanted, now the second time was a lot easier. Gotta remember, you always have to do both sides. Everything's new on each side you go. And I guess I feel like I should say, I'm being really careless with my lead line. I'm in a controlled environment. I'm in an arena. If she was to run away from me, she's not going anywhere. But yes, you should probably keep at least a hand on the lead rope. A good method is to do this guy, you can see, and then you can kind of like loop an arm through. I'm not too worried about it myself right now. That was a lot better. I think she's kind of figuring it out now that she doesn't need to freak out. I don't need anything from her. So now once I've got that from her, and she's calm and she's quiet and she just let me touch her leg, now I'm going to ask her to actually give me her leg. So I'm going to start it again, make sure I can touch her leg. Once I can touch her leg, her chestnut in here, I don't know if you're familiar, it's the little scabby thing on the inside of her leg. I'm actually going to just kind of pinch it a little bit. I'm kind of just doing this number to it. And I'm getting a little bit more pinchy, grabby there. Good. Until she actually, there. So she picks up and relaxes. Good. And then I'm going to pet her. See? You can give me your foot and not lose your mind. I'm going to walk around, relax, and do it again. Good. And another thing, if you saw there, was after I picked up her foot. So the farrier was able to get one foot done. But one of the issues he was having too was he'd get her foot and she'd finally give it to him. And then he'd get a little bit done. And then if you went to put her foot down and went to move, she would blow up and freak out and it would be like starting all over again. So another thing to keep in mind is you do need to teach them, like, so when I'm done and I put her foot down, I want her to still stand still. I still want her to stay there. I didn't tell her she could walk off. And so by doing that, I'm just going to put her foot down and then I'm going to stay here. And if she walks, I'm going to walk with her and just keep petting her until she stops her feet. And when she stops her feet, we'll walk off. So this is going to be something we're going to have to work on, obviously. Not everything happens in one session. And, yes, in this one session, I might get to the point where I can pick up all 4 feet and hammer on them and she's great. But then the next time it might be back to ground zero. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this one. I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you guys kind of how I would do feet on a young, nervous horse. So thanks.